What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope everybody's doing well out there on this Wednesday morning. I'm doing real good myself. I'm just up on the other side of midnight, and I come across this story right here, and I feel like it's something that I want to let you guys know immediately. As you can see here, it says Georgia DA vows to bring shooting of unarmed black man to grand jury. And well, that was the least that we hope would happen. Um, I saw the video of this man's murder. Okay, I mean, he was murdered. You know, he was just out. He was like jogging and everything, and those bastards, tracked him down and just got out of the truck. Well, I'm going to try to put this link in the description box and let you guys witness it for yourself. After I watched it, I immediately got so fucking angry. It was just, I couldn't even speak. I couldn't talk. I couldn't say anything. And, all I could do was just sit there. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, these assholes that did this, they deserve so much more than being prosecuted, found guilty or whatever. But at least it's a start. And I think when I say this, I speak on behalf of the black community to the mother, the family of Mr. Ahmaud Arbery here. When I say this, hey, look, you have our deepest sympathies and condolences. And we're with you every step of the way because, like I said, we're not divided. We're not divided because when you see Mr. Arbery, you see the rest of us as a people, regardless of what countries that might, whatever cultures that might divide us. We are not divided. Okay, congratulations on at least getting this part. But what we ask as the black community, and I feel like I must say this, we've seen this all too many times with other situations. Whenever situations like this happens, the bereaved family always wants to forgive the criminals that took away a loved one from them. And oftentimes, it's when the criminals never ask for your forgiveness in the first place. If you do forgive these low-life pigskin, subhuman, carnal-minded bastards, if you do happen to do that, please keep it to yourself. Please don't, you hurt the ones of us that stand behind you and stand with you and supporting you when you do that. Okay? That's all that we ask. And like I said, I'm speaking on behalf of the black community. I do believe I know exactly, what that whole entire heart feels, when it comes to us as a people. Now, that being said, let's get into this story right here. It says Georgia prosecutors said Tuesday they plan to present evidence to a grand jury for possible charges against men who chased and eventually gunned down an unarmed black man they believe was a burglar, but whose family says was simply jogging. Ahmaud Arbery, 25, was shot to death in Brunswick, a coastal city about midway between Savannah and Jacksonville, Florida, on February 23rd, as he was running through the quiet neighborhood of Satilla Shores. Okay. And this is the young brother right here that you see before him. He had his life just took him from him. And in the video, that's exactly what he was doing. Burglars don't just come to a light jog. They don't go out in shorts, t-shirt, with shoes on, just jogging. How the fuck you gonna be a burglar? He didn't even have anything in his hands. Okay? Nothing. But to continue right here, I am of the opinion that the case should be presented to the grand jury of Glenn County for consideration of criminal charges against those involved in the death of Mr. Arbery, according to a statement by District Attorney Thomas Durden, based in Hinesville, 70 miles away from the shooting scene. Durden is the third DA to have the case after potential conflicts of interest prompted two other prosecutions office to recuse themselves. Now, what that means is that these bastards did not want to go against the murderers because they down with each other like that. Basically, that's the reason why, they recuse themselves, from it. They ain't gonna go against their own. But to continue, a spokeswoman for Durden said the office would not answer any questions of or make any other comment beyond its short written statement. Durden did not outline what charges he'd seek against those possibly responsible. Let me continue before I say anything. Possibly responsible for Arbery's slaying. It was also unclear when a grand jury could be convened to hear evidence, as courts in Georgia are prohibited from impaneling any grand or trial jury through at least June 12th, as the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, I'm going to say to hell with that, simply because if those bastards who chased him down in that truck, who stalked him, got out, if they ever fucking cared about social distancing and violations of any COVID-19 or pandemic or whatever, they never would have went to that man in the first place. So we don't give a shit about that. But to continue, I have no control over the suspensions due to the pandemic. However, I do intend to present the case to the next available grand jury in Glenn County, according to Durden. Lee Merritt, a lawyer for the victim's family, posted a brief video clip to Twitter on Tuesday that purportedly shows Arbery tussling with his killer. Okay, now his killer, the murderer, approached him with the rifle. So this is the thing. Mr. Arbery was defending himself and lost his life in doing so. Much just like Trayvon Martin with the low possum-eyed face George Zimmerman. Same damn thing, This is minding their business and was murdered, gunned down. But back to the story. The footage, which appears to be taken by a motorist coming up to the scene, could not be immediately verified by NBC. The video clearly shows Mr. Arbery jogging down the road in the middle of the day. Merritt said in a statement, Mr. Arbery had not committed any crime, and there was no reason for these men to believe that, they had the right to stop him with weapons or to use deadly force in furtherance of their unlawful attempted stop. Unlawful attempted stop. That's what that is. The men who chased down Arbery have been identified by police as Brunswick residents Gregory McMichaels, 64, and his son Travis McMichaels, 34. The older McMichael with his .357 Magnum and his son with a shotgun told police they believe Arbery might be a burglar and chased him in their truck. After the men caught up with Arbery, there was a fatal confrontation. Yeah, it was fatal because they intended on murdering this man. McMichael stated that the unidentified male began to violently attack Travis, and the two men then started fighting over the shotgun, at which point Travis fired a shot, and then a second later there was a second shot, according to a Glenn County police report. Arbery, a former high school football player, was a health buff who jogged nearly every day, his family said. Gregory and Travis McMichael could not be immediately reached for comment on Tuesday at publicly listed phone number for the pair. Now, my point is this. This man did not commit any crimes. He died as a result of some fucking low-life wannabe KKK motherfuckers. You see what I mean? That racist KK ass motherfuckers that wanted to chase this man down, and just murder him. Basically. That's the reason why this young man lost his life. Now, to me, and I'm sure that a lot of you will agree, you understand? The two subhuman, racist, low-life, worthless motherfuckers that ain't even valued at the fucking spit on the ground. All right? You're not even valued by, you're not even worth spit. You understand? To me, for what they did to this young man right there, the same thing needs to happen to them, and let them see. Let them be chased down by a group of people in cars or trucks or on foot with 357s, 9mm, shotguns, Uzis, whatever the fuck. And when you catch them, do the same thing to them. You see. Watch how the sniveling, low-life, pink bastards, you see, beg for their miserable lives, if you can call it that. That's my point. What they did to this man is unacceptable. It's irreprehensible. It's just wrong on so many levels. They had no regard for this man's life. And they should pay. Matter of fact, they should pay with their own lives. You took a life. In the Old Testament, it says, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Okay? That's just what it is. Eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. See? Will that bring back Mr. Arbery? Of course not. Not on this side, it wouldn't. Will it do justice to the family for their loss? Of course it would. Of course it would. See? So then, from what I see, the DA better make this good. Don't fucking grandstand. Don't put on airs and shows and no fucking well, you gonna basically, when this is all said and done, you done slap the bastards on the wrist. Because I'm saying this, the people are fucking fed up. The real people are fucking fed up. See? And what you're going to do, you're going to bring hell down on your heads. And when that happens, you're going to beg for it to stop, but it's not. It's going to be on. You know how it is when it's on. Imagine when a lot of us was back in elementary school, when we was just learning about kind of like the way the world is, and you had a bully. And you was somewhat afraid of that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because a little bit bigger than you and shit, and he had a reputation for, hitting other kids, taking their lunch money and shit like that, right? And you was just hoping that he never approached you, right? And everything. So one day he decides to approach you. And you already seen how this motherfucker do. And you saying to yourself, I really don't want to fight this motherfucker. And I pray that, he just let me go and walk by. But I'm not going to give him my lunch money either, right? But here's the deal. The bully comes and he do his thing like he always does. He think he's going to get some lunch money. Now, you scared. You scared. You don't really want to fight. And there's people behind you saying, hey, do this, go ahead and do that. Don't be scared of this motherfucker, go ahead and do that. And, they pushing you forward and stuff like that and shit. And y'all going around in circles. Then all of a sudden, the fight break out. And you whoop that motherfucker ass and you don't want to stop whooping his ass. You can't stop whooping his ass. You understand what I mean? And as a matter of fact, every time you see that motherfucker, if he don't run from you, you kicking his ass. See shit like that. That's the way it's going to wind up. But it's going to be so much more than that level. You see. So much more. Because this shit has been going on for far too long. And we've been relying too long on the judicial system. All to let us down, and basically just slap these motherfuckers on the wrist. Okay? Tired of that shit. There's too much shit going on and starting to happen. Hey, things are off the chain. Things are off the chain now. See? So guess what? Y'all motherfuckers know what's coming. It's on. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.